Alright, let's talk prep. This gets brought up every season, basically, and for the majority of the time, nothing really changes too much, but going into this season, we do have a dungeon coming up, and normally we don't get dungeons in random seasons besides, I think, Prophecy. But anyway, besides the point. So I thought I'd just cover what my prep is going into next season, what you could save if you felt like it, if you felt like grinding something specific. So let's just start at the top. Let's go with bounties. Bounties, nothing really crazy has changed about them. For the most part, you can still just save weekly bounties, and then on top of that, you fill it out with daily bounties. Only difference is, for this year, we're going to have a couple of slots kind of go to waste because of Guardian Games. So, for people that don't know, you can hold 63 bounties per character, but those 63 slots are also accompanied by your quests page, and they're combined. So in case you're wondering why you can't save 63, you probably have a full page or multiple pages of quests to do. So just abandon those or complete those, and then you can save more bounties. Now, as far as weeklies go, I ended up saving these, which are clan bounties, Ascendant Challenge bounties, and Blind Well. Both are weekly, and they have been fixed. They used to be dog, but they are fixed now. They give regular weekly XP, so there you go, in case you didn't know. I had a video on that, by the way. Then we got the Europa weeklies that are still around. Same thing, still give weekly XP. And the Moon weeklies, 2 from Eris and then 2 from the Lectern. Same thing, weekly XP. Then Cosmic Jewel weeklies, Shahan, blah blah blah. Very easy, weekly XP. So, Iron Banner bounties, in case you're wondering why these are here. These are going away, do not save these. I repeat, do not save these. Bungie has said like 500 times, do not save these. Only reason they're here is because I plan to just get the tokens out of them and then just hand in the tokens to Saladin. And it'll be like a whole separate video for like 9,000 tokens or some crazy nonsense. So that's why these are here, in case you were wondering. And then finally, this is completely up to like on a per player basis. You could save the weekly Gardian Games bounties. However, sometimes event bounties get deleted, other times they don't. I've had both things happen to me where sometimes they stayed, sometimes they didn't. I've heard stories where they get deleted on one character, but they're saved on the other 2 characters. So I'm just going to say you could save these if you want, but also know the risk that they could get deleted on 1 or more characters. And that's completely up to you whether you give a damn about, 200 extra bright dust per bounty. Up to you. So that's it for weeklies this season anyway. Actually, no, I forgot to mention one more. Sorry. The Dares of Eternity weeklies. You can also do 1 of them and save that. And you would need a bare minimum of 5 strange coins to pick up this weekly and then do it. And the only way to get strange coins now, for some reason, is only playing Dares, and you cannot get them anywhere else. So, if you don't have any, this means you have to play Dares 5 times, then pick up the bounty, then play it at least 1 more time, assuming you get all the 3 requirements done in 1 run. So, yeah, there you go for that one. After that, you can just start saving daily bounties. So, there's 2 ways to go about this. The first way is you don't care and you just do your vendor bounties and save those for like the 0 out of 8. That'll be reset for the new season. However, there is a small risk of this screwing up. So for example, in previous seasons, this hasn't happened recently, but in previous seasons, there was an issue where if you handed in 8 old Vanguard bounties, so let's say I went to Shaxx and I handed in 8 Season 16 bounties to him, and then try to pick up the reward in Season 17, the reward would actually be like a negative net not gain, the opposite of a gain. So let's say, just hypothetically, I don't know, I'm 1600 in Season 17, and I go to Shaxx, and I'm like, alright, this will be, at least on level, right? And then it'll say, like, 1580, because it's still going off of the previous season's light level. So that's the small risk, quote-unquote, that you run with saving the vendor weeklies. What you could do is save 7 of the vendor bounties, and then leave 1 slot open for an 8th, which you will pick up in the next season when it launches, and then hand those in, and then your drop should be fine. If you don't want to save vendor bounties, because you're going to do them anyway day 1, so you're going to probably do, Strikes, Crucible, Gambit for Powerfuls or whatever, if you're going to grind for level, what you could do is you can save the planetary dailies, like EDZ, Cosmodrome, Throne World, etc. You could, in theory, save Throne World bounties, because then those would go to the reputation gain for Finch. At least I believe they do. So that could be a little, I guess, saved up experience towards getting this weekly done. And then that's just basically the same thing with the moon. You can just save the dailies there. Europa, Dreaming City dailies also work now since they've been fixed. So that's nice. And that's about it. Nothing really different between planets. It's just like whether you want to go to this planet or that moon. Blah, blah, blah. Next stop is the Postmaster. Again, nothing really has drastically changed in saving stuff in the post. But I'll go over what I have saved / what you could save. So, same as before, I always say upgrade modules, Spoils of Conquest, Ascendant Shards, Enhancement Prisms, and then the new edition, Ascendant Alloys, which you can farm from story missions or Wellspring, which take a while to save, so that's why I actually haven't completed mine yet. I really should get around to it. And then finally, Exotic Engrams. Why? Because I can go into the new season and open these and hopefully get the new exotic, assuming we get a new exotic per class. And when it's the day of a lost sector, that is that particular exotic. So let's say we get new helmets. I just wait until the lost sector is helmet. Then I spam open these, and I get nothing but helmets. And bang, 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 I get new thing, and hopefully it's a god roll. In case you don't know how to save exotics, by the way, check out my video on that on the channel. I'm just saying. Subscriptions are free. Just letting you know. And then outside of this, all we have left over to talk about is just random stuff for the next season. By the way, just want to bring this up. People keep telling me every single season, this mod is fragile, blah, 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 it will expire in blah, blah, blah season. So last season, it was going to say it's going to expire in season 16, and I kept telling people, it's not going away. It's just going to reset and say the same thing over and over again. So now it says season 19, so hopefully people can put the rest of that weird thing where they assume Blinding Light's going to be gone. So just remember to have this on going into the next season. You can check it when the season launches, and if for some reason it's not equipped, just re-equip it. For experience gains, before you hand in your bounties, go for Fireteam Shared Wisdom, so-and-so. And then speaking of Shared Wisdom, let me just talk about that now. Whoops, that is seasonal challenges, my bad. So, Shared Wisdom, in case people don't know, is when you join a Fireteam member / friend who also has the season pass, who is past, I believe, level 5 in the pass. Let's double check that real quick. Yeah, so once they're level 5, you'll be getting increased gains from them when handing in bounties or completing activities. It starts at, I think, 2% and then ends at, what, 12%? Something like that. So basically what you want to do is just start the season off, get a couple of levels. You know, if you're playing with friends, you all reach level 5 or higher. And then you go into an instance other than Orbit, and then you see Shared Wisdom on your character screen, and then you start handing in your stuff, and you'll get experience bonuses while handing all your stuff in. Also comes up with Blinding Light as well, so that I mentioned them together. Finally, I just wanted to cover one little tip before ending the video. People always ask me, when do you pop your bounties? Do you pop them as soon as you log in? Do you pop them waiting for a certain instance? And the answer is always, wait until you get your artifact, and then after that, make sure you're just level 5, or at least the person you're playing with or joining on is level 5. So that way, when you pop all your bounties, you get that experience, but you also get the artifact bonuses on your artifact, because, I mean, that's generally the entire reason why you're saving bounties. Like, yes, the XP is fine too, but for the most part, at least in my opinion, people save their bounties to get artifact mods quicker than normal, and that's the main reason I'll be doing it. So make sure you unlock your artifact before popping your bounties if you're going for that. And other than that, that's it. Just enjoy the season launch and enjoy the dungeon that will hopefully be on day 1. Hopefully, we'll see. And that's it. So that's my prep going into the next season. That's my suggestions going to next season. Nothing really to go hard for other than the dungeon, but I assume the dungeon will be like, I don't know, on light for normal, and then 20 above on master if master launches with it. So nothing crazy to worry about. That's it. That's the video. If you have any questions in the comments, let me know and I'll try to answer them. Other than that, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. It really does help the channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next video tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and then it'll be season launch, and we'll be streaming for like 400 hours. All right, that's it. Catch you next time.